welcome to the show. Welcome to the return with Josh and Maria Cribbs. I'm Maria Cribbs.
Guys, I'm Josh Cribbs.
That handsome fella over there with the Eddie Munster shirt on is Josh Cribbs.
Who shirt?
Eddie Munster.
Ryan.
Is that not Eddie Munster?
She's never seen Star Wars in her life.
That's Layla.
This is Princess.
Please sit up.
Leia.
Please sit up. I think the lower third is.
You can't.
Oh, I thought that was Eddie Munster. Why she look like that?
Who is Eddie Who is that?
Is that from
the Addams
family guy?
Yeah, that look like Eddie. All right, never mind. That's my. Sorry, let me try that
Munster
again.
From the Stop it, man. Okay,
why is she so dark? Why is it so dark?
It's a dramatic shot.
Oh.
Star Wars was not a comedy. Star Wars
was giving Eddie Munster. I mean, you know,
definitely not.
I need my readers on. I can't see
was
that
thinking
far
like
no more.
Wednesday, maybe. I was thinking Wednesday.
Anyway,
like
viewers,
a grown-up
welcome
Wednesday.
to the show. Josh, when you get into the swing of a 3-day weekend, you come back to work not knowing really what to do. Did you like have that extra day off yesterday?
Yeah.
The holiday?
Of course. Who doesn't like a holiday? Other than it mess up if your trash day. Our trash day is on Tuesdays usually.
Yeah. And
we
some of the
kinda
neighbors
pump
didn't get the
fake.
memo.
We don't know. Yeah, so some neighbors put their
The raccoon.
I just Googled it.
The raccoon was like, oh, this corn was cooked a little too left on the grill a little too long.
But that's the worst part of the holiday, not knowing when the trash is going to run.
Right. But no, I wanted to ask the viewers because when you have a 3-day weekend like that, okay, so you know the Memorial Day weekend, and we just want to pay our respects and
Saturday,
give honor to
Sunday,
those who
Monday.
sacrifice their lives to serve and protect this country. But when you have the 3-day weekend, do you prefer to cook out on the actual day off, which would have been yesterday, or like we did it on Saturday. So therefore, we did it on Sunday, so that you had all day Monday, which is the official holiday and the day off, to still relax. Because why would you want to work? Why would you want to grill out on Monday and then be tired all day when you go back to work on Tuesday, today?
I agree. Ryan, what day would you prefer?
I would say I would prefer to do Saturday because that's the day I want to have the most fun. So that means I drink, and I don't like to be hungover. So I like to have my Monday totally off. I don't want to be doing anything Monday. I already celebrated, got out of the way, and Monday you can just relax and get geared for the new week.
For the new week, exactly.
So you said Saturday?
Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, you have
Just not on the official
Just
holiday.
not on Monday.
Ain't nobody trying to go to work the next day sleepy.
Right. I think a lot of people do that. I think even we rode down to Edgewater, it wasn't a lot of people on Sunday.
Well, I think that was Monday we went down there. We went down there yesterday. Yeah, we were down there. Was that yesterday?
That's what I mean.
That was yesterday.
It wasn't a lot of people on Monday.
I think they already did their cooking
holiday.
out earlier in the weekend.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
But
Everybody
I also
wants
think
that day.
though, we thought it was going to be raining on actual Memorial Day. So
Right.
I think that kind of made everybody hesitant about setting up.
But regardless of the weather, I think everybody loves to get it in before Monday. Yeah. Monday is like the off day to relax. And get
chill.
ready for a Tuesday work day.
I'm trying to think what else we did this weekend. We went to go see that horrible movie.
What
I
horrible?
can't let you pick movies no more. Planet of the Apes. Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen Planet of the Apes yet, fast
did you
forward.
see it?
Wow, I haven't seen it.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's
Big no.
It's big enough.
It's just
horrible. The movie.
It's not horrible.
So
It
slow.
stands alone.
No.
Have you guys seen the other ones? 'Cause I haven't seen any of them. I haven't
You
seen any of them.
haven't?
No.
I have. See,
no.
my son
With
hasn't
Caesar?
either.
No, I know. I need to. I know. I fully
That's
know.
not
I
the
need to.
one to
don't
start
need
with
to-
because it was so boring.
Okay, so
you
you
like
don't
it?
need to see it, the rest of them, to watch this one in particular.
Okay.
But you got to have some knowledge that there are other ones. And I don't really want to tell the movie.
Don't tell the movie. Just tell them.
But all of them were kind of like that. But they were more impactful.
Was it a 10 out of 10? Highly recommend, or you can wait to see it? Catch it when it comes out on TV at home.
If you start off with this one, you're not going to want to watch the other
rest
one.
of them.
You're going to be like, man, I ain't trying to do that. But if you watch the rest of them, you're going to be all in on this one. Then you're going to be.
I was all in, and I was highly disappointed.
And then you're going to be disappointed then.
So he's saying, he flat out just said it without having to say it. He didn't like the movie.
Only because the other ones
were so great.
Were so good.
Yeah.
I think they did a really good job up until this last one with the Planet of the Apes. And it ended, I thought, right? And then they came out with this one. And this is a slight spoiler. I'm not going to actually tell the movie.
Press mute, y'all. Josh, this is one thing Josh
spoiler.
can't do. He always spoils the movies for people.
This is not telling.
You don't even tell them that.
I'm going to tell them the time period. It's several generations later.
Oh, okay, that's not
okay
from the last one. It
Which
wasn't
confused
like
me.
It wasn't like the end of the last movie, and then they picked right back up. Like even a couple years, 5 years. No, several generations.
It was boring.
And if you haven't seen the rest of them, Ryan, I think you should watch the rest of them first. And I don't think you're gonna be.
If
disappointed.
you watch the rest of them first, you don't even need to go see this one. Don't even see it. It's
you
not
will
worth
fall,
it.
I feel like you'll fall in love with
this. Is not maybe a spoiler. I don't think it is. But so they're humans in this one still? Are humans still alive? Are they still a race?
Just a little razzle, a little sprinkle.
it. Yeah,
A little
Yeah.
razzle dazzle.
yeah. But it tells a story. But this is like, remember the first.
And then at the end when she popped,
Nah,
because my thing is,
You
girl,
can't talk about
who you
what?
popping back up on? You gonna
Stop it, man. You gonna talk telling the movie.
It was boring.
But
So you don't
If
have
you
to go.
watch the-
Wait
hold
till
on,
it
Maria.
comes out on
Maria, let me say this.
on DVD. Do people still own DVDs?
no, they don't own the DVD. So I believe
On
I'm
Blu-ray.
thinking that you making me forget what I was about
Go-
to say.
what you
'cause
say? Go
doing
ahead.
all the, I forgot it.
You trying to think about what they're gonna lean into next?
Nah.
No?
Nah, I just forgot
They
it,
need to
man.
do a
You
bunch
gotta
of
let
prequels.
me get it out,
Oh,
man.
I mean, it
Instead
was
of-
just a boring movie. Okay, so one thing I will say, when we were cooking out on Sunday, I had my mom's, Greg came over.
right.
And he
Your
was like,
mom?
hey, I want to see the Tom Brady roast. And you hadn't
Right.
watched it yet.
Right.
So we put the Tom Brady roast on. When I tell you this man over here was in tears, cracking up, laughing
Me?
so loud,
Who, me?
so hard,
Ryan,
chuckling.
I know we talked about it the last 2 weeks.
Yes, we did.
But I've never watched it from start to finish.
Only seen clips.
I'm yet to. So
Yeah.
I'm yet to
Oh, he
watch
was in
start to finish.
tears.
I
He
mean,
was tickled.
it has some really good humor in it. And beyond the cringy moments
Yeah.
of like, you feel like, they went too far with that. But beyond that, I was dying. I was cracking up. It was a good entertainment show. And it has some cringy moments. It was 2 hours long.
So I thought they started it over, Ryan. It was so long. I'm like, what y'all playing it again? He was like, no, it's still going
Yeah.
on. It's
So it is long. Several comedians come up who you may not recognize, but they all have good writers. And that's what you notice. Like, they have some really good punchlines
Yeah.
that really have you like, like, you know what I'm saying?
No, you were crying.
Who was the funniest, do you think? If you can
I
remember.
It was
think
some
the
woman. Who
the
was she?
woman.
Nikki Glazer. She was really good.
Glazer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw her like
Okay,
her
so
roast.
I was like, who is she? But she was hilarious.
really good.
Yeah.
And
she's a common person that comes on to roast people.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Did she do any acting? Did she any movies? I would love to see her.
I think she's an actress,
Okay, she was funny.
but I'm not positive.
but
Okay.
you know what? A lot of people, they were roasting everybody. That's what the theme was. So
But
Tom
one
Brady,
person in particular that was getting roast was Gronk.
yeah.
Why are they
Gronk
saying
was-
he's like less than smart? He's not intelligent. He's
That's a,
Have
and
you
look,
seen him?
That's a
Is that he? I'm
That
like, this
is
is
a
news.
that is a
That's crazy.
understatement. They were every comedian that got up was talking about Gronk's parents, talking about Gronk's looks, his brain. He got CTE.
They
He
said born
can't-
with this. They said, can you ever be born with CT? I was
right.
like,
They was Nikki Glazer, the one
Yes.
comedian. She got him so bad.
it was bad.
She was like, he said, she said, me not want no,
Yeah,
me no
yeah,
want
yeah.
this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, the what's that stuff? That Bitcoin investment they talking about? Yeah.
So it was a joke about Tom Brady losing a lot of
millions of
money in
dollars,
the Bitcoin. And
Are we? Hold on, we're spoiling it again.
no, I'm gonna say
Everybody
this,
saw
'cause
clips
this was
anyway. Y'all
out,
seen the
I
clips?
think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been out long enough. If
Okay.
you ain't see it like Ryan, you just gonna have to hear these little spoilers. But the Bitcoin one, he was like, she said what's his name? Gronk knew not to invest
in that.
and then she made fun of his voice. Me no make real money. You know, it was just it was hilarious.
It was hilarious. So Josh
Watching
was in
it all the
tears.
way through.
So you recommend that one?
I do.
Even though Tom said, y'all, that messed up my family, my kids.
And he
mad.
ain't mess up his family. Tom got some good jokes in there too. So yeah, I think
was
it was
good.
a good weekend.
Let me just tell you,
Cooked
hold on,
out
no, before
everything.
we brush over Tom, TikTok is going crazy. They have discovered that Tom Brady has a niece who plays softball for UCLA, and they're saying the GOAT gene must run in the family because she out there killing it.
Oh.
You know that?
I did know. I did know.
He didn't.
I did.
I just found
I
out
mean,
last
it's been
night.
out there for a little bit, but I didn't know.
Did you know
Understand
Ryan?
the relevance of it.
I wasn't aware.
Yeah, I knew.
So I know he wasn't aware.
I did. I just didn't know the relevance. You know what I'm saying? They brought it up. They was roasting her. They was roasting Tom about it. You know, talking about Randy. You ain't really had no black receivers, and Randy Moss is really
Randy Moss, I said, yeah.
a white receiver. I mean, his name is Randy, and he's from West Virginia. and listen to the way he talked. I mean, they were just they was roasting Randy. So everybody who was a roaster was getting roasted. So it was, it was.
You recommend the roast?
I do.
Josh, I want to go to commercial, but when we come back, I want to talk Cleveland sports. We got some big things happening in this city.
All right, let's do it.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to the show. Can we give a shout out and show some love to the Cleveland Monsters, who they advanced their way to the Eastern Conference Finals, baby?
Right. And the Monsters are no strangers to championship play.
Come on, that's a schedule right there on the screen.
They do well. They generally do well. And we've interviewed coaches from them.
Yeah,
and we've been
they
there
so cool.
before.
This is the thing. Now
Real deal.
Josh, we need to go to the game. And it's probably going to be hard to get tickets because they're going to be playing a 7-game series. I think they don't play back home till I think Sunday in game 3. No, Tuesday on game 3. We need to show the Monsters some love. Now,
everybody needs to. We got another professional
I personally
sports
like
team
hockey
because
they fighting. It's like you disrespect one of my teammates, we all going in. We coming from up off the bench and we going to be scrapping.
Yeah, and that's what I asked them, Ryan,
you
about
did ask
those
Coach
fights.
that,
Like, do they practice? You know what I'm saying? You know how we practice in football, like red zone, trick plays. Do they practice fighting? Because I don't want to see my teammates getting beat up. So I would eventually have to
you got to go in there and be a distraction.
I think it's such a common occurrence in hockey that you would not be well off to not prepare yourself for it. It's essentially walking into a fight without training.
Exactly.
They're never going to be like, oh, that's priority. Make sure you can fight. But I mean, they literally, as soon as the puck drops, sometimes they throw the gloves off and
get right to it.
Ignore it and fight for the first 5 minutes.
Are you serious?
I think there is one day in hockey that you just set aside, hey, that's going to be our fight day. Where they may go to the ring, it's not on the ice, and they go to the boxing ring, or they figure out how they can just fight on the ice. Like, these are the good tricks like this, and they learn from boxers on the ice.
Maybe they do the Happy Gilmore where he just goes in front of a batting cage without the gear on and just starts taking shots.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But it's an art to it.
But what
taking off making sure you pull that shirt off over there.
Hold on, Ryan, or somebody enlighten me. If you fighting as soon as the puck drops, what are you fighting for?
A prior beef.
Yeah, it had to been a prior beef.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait a minute, the game just started. Okay.
And it happens all the time.
Okay.
This is normal.
All right.
As soon as the puck, and everybody start like, oh, here we go, the announcers. Right. So that's an exciting part of hockey in the Monsters.
Well, shout out to the Cleveland Monsters. Good luck to them. They play Thursday in Hershey, PA. 7-game series. They'll be back home on
Appreciate
Tuesday.
that, Maria.
And then also, Josh, the Guardians. I saw they put a post up saying that the streak has to start over now. Ryan, what's going on with the Guardians, man? They went out to Colorado Rockies and lost?
Yeah, they did. They dropped one, but you know what? They were still riding that 8 or 9 game win streak, whatever it is. And as you can see, they tweeted new streak tomorrow.
New streak begins tomorrow.
Yeah, Maria, you told us something about Ramirez.
So this is what I heard.
Yeah.
I heard Ramirez took a $50 million pay cut to stay a part of the Guardians team.
He wouldn't be a Guardian out here, man. I don't know. I know we don't.
You love
it's
Cleveland
a different
that much?
pay grade. Because even in
instead of getting $200 million,
football,
he gonna get $150 million.
Yeah, because you remember LeBron had took a pay cut to stay
for the betterment of the team,
and with the
Lakers?
No.
Oh, down south.
Yeah,
down Florida.
Miami.
Yeah, Miami.
With the Heat. Because we could have paid him more to stay here, but he went to another team for a ring, and I think that's what guys like Ramirez can chase. Because Cleveland, the Guardians have a good team, and he feels like we can do something special, sort of like Zadarius. Zadarius Smith had an opportunity to leave and go to different teams. He was quoted saying, like, I think we can win one here in Cleveland. I had all these other teams interested in bringing me in, but I want to stay here. Top-ranked defense, Deshaun coming back, stuff like that.
Right.
So Ramirez took a $50
million. I don't know.
I think that draw the line somewhere.
We love Cleveland.
Yeah, I think the quote was, he said, I could have $200 million or I could have $150 million in Cleveland and enjoy my life, basically.
Okay.
That $50 million extra isn't going to enhance my life. I'd rather take the $150, be well off, and be in Cleveland where he loves.
Respect him.
And that's a big reason he's become, him, Nick Chubb, and hopefully maybe now Donovan Mitchell, if he gets his extension, they're kind of the big three heads in Cleveland.
I salute Ramirez for that. And I'm gonna push his bobblehead. As I have a bobblehead of him.
Oh yeah, that's mine. That's my bobblehead.
I got one too. So
anyway,
I'm going to push the bobblehead to the front of the trophy case.
That's honorable, but I feel like at the end of the day, I'm sorry. I mean, it's business.
$50 million.
One of them owners can find $50 million.
Ryan,
So y'all can find a way to give me this extra $50 million.
M's.
It's a lot of M's.
That's a lot of.
That might be the deal breaker. Because if you'd have
if you
said
wanted me to
25, I would have still been standing at 25 M's. Maybe not 12 and a half, but if you double that and it's 25 M's, I think
Ryan,
I think any Guardian will understand. I think Cleveland will understand.
What would you have done?
We would look at Ramirez and say, "We understand, bro. Go get your money."
Cleveland,
you have a hell of a right hand punch.
What would you have done if you were Ramirez? Would you have said, "Okay, you can't give me the extra $50 million. I got to peace out. I got to go ahead somewhere else," or would you stay because you love your team so much?
Or another question.
Don't speak as a fan, though.
Maria.
Don't speak as a fan. Think of your livelihood. Think about the people who pay you.
Livelihood. He making good money already.
They got the $50 million somewhere.
He making good money. And here's another question, Maria.
See, that's what people always try to do to you. Aren't you making enough? Nah, y'all can find this $50 million somewhere else.
Okay. So
somebody in this room got it.
Here's another question.
Give it to me.
Here's another one.
Because I wonder where he would have went.
I guess I ain't going to ask the
question.
question.
Go to ask the question. I'm sorry. Because I'm just, things are turning in my head now. I'm thinking.
All right. So would we be mad at him if he took that extra 50 and went to another team?
No, we'd be mad at the Guardians because they could have gave him the extra $50 million. Y'all could
cap
y'all
space.
Could find it.
They
somewhere.
might have had a cap space, even though the cap space in
Doesn't
MLB
the cap
is
space
like,
change every year?
Goes up higher and higher.
Yeah, that's the issue with the MLB. You know, it's a lot different than the NFL and the NBA because there is no salary cap actually in the MLB. You just have these big markets like the Dodgers who are able to spend quite literally almost $1 billion on a single player, like in Shohei Ohtani's case. Well, that's making basically the whole entire Guardians payroll. So these smaller market teams like Cleveland, they unfortunately don't have the funds, and it's even more hard to compete because these other teams, the big market teams, they don't have a salary cap.
Well,
so
I
it's
want
really
ownership.
tough. And that's exactly what you're talking about. Francisco Lindor. Reason he left was because we weren't going to give him all that money that he wanted.
And that's the thing. Lindor would have been awesome still here.
Yeah, he
would.
would.
And he was like, I had his jersey. I'm like, dang. Got the Lindor right
and the
here.
fans still loved him when he came back.
He was
gave
a
him
baller.
that. Right. But
you want guys like that to
I
stay
just feel
around.
like at the end of the day, and Josh, come on, keep it real. You know, it's business.
It is business.
As much as you love the Browns.
Yes.
I think you might have shed a tear when they didn't re-up your contract.
Yeah.
But they showed you real. Hold on, they showed you real quick. It's not personal. It's
personal,
business.
it's business.
So I think when it comes to Ramirez, it's not personal. It's business. I as much as I would have loved for that he's staying in Cleveland with the Guardians. I'm sorry, that $50 million.
I'm almost mad he stayed now. I'm like, Ramirez.
That's what I'm saying. That's generational wealth. Unless we can talk about some ownership. Give me some ownership. Give me a percentage of the team.
Hey,
I could take $50 million in some stock.
Does that count?
That's what I'm saying.
In lieu of?
That's what I'm saying.
Get a little bit creative.
How old is Ramirez?
Contracts.
How old is he?
Oh gosh, off the dome, 30.
Oh, he's 30-something?
30-something.
Okay.
Baseball players can play a little
End
bit.
of the day, I'm trying to build generational wealth for my family. That $50 million can do a lot of things, you know? So,
yeah,
but I'm happy he stayed.
I wanted to hop into Browns real quick.
I bet you do.
We got four primetime games.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited about them. And two of them are against division opponents. I don't understand them all the way. You know, Russell Wilson being with the Steelers, so against the Steelers at 8:15 is one of them. Cincinnati, Joe Burrow in Cincinnati, that'll be a heated. Again, AFC North being a top conference, top division in football right now. I guess I understand that. Top quarterbacks as well are in the AFC North, AFC division, and then we have two other ones. The Broncos. That's a primetime game, and I don't understand because the Broncos, I think, have to prove themselves to be in that primetime spot. They're going to be kind of, Ryan, what do you think about that? Kind of piggybacking off of the Browns' success.
Yeah, I think the most interesting part about these primetime games are, if you look at them, they're all week 11 or later. And so a common sentiment that some people may think is that the NFL isn't really sure how good the Browns are, because obviously you want your primetime games to be with your best players and your best teams. However, when you push them later in the season like that, in this case, all four week 11 or later, they have the opportunity to then flex those games possibly. So I think it's a sign that all four were week 11 or later. I think it's a sign that the NFL, like many people, aren't really sure how this Browns team is going to be next year.
Hold up, wait a minute. What does flex those games mean?
Flex mean change.
You can take who's playing, take them from a primetime game, put them to regular, and then switch another matchup to a primetime.
Oh, you can?
Later in the season, yeah.
Hey, y'all, we done learned something new today. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
is this something new, or they've been doing it?
Nah, they've been doing it.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
If a team doesn't have any primetime games and now they're on fire, that's grounds to flex their team who are on fire to a primetime spot because everybody going to be wanting to watch that game.
Okay, I get you.
So,
I didn't know that. All right.
So the Browns got to continually play good early on to keep them primetime. But not only that, if, say, the Steelers are, not doing well at all, or the Broncos, that also may be a reason that it can get flexed because they feel like we're going to match them. We might blow out the Broncos. So they like, the Broncos, they injured or they not ready. And they might flex that.
Switch it around a little bit.
Yeah, so it may not have nothing to do with us. The Browns will arguably have the top defense. And, they do. However, having the toughest schedule, I think, is a problem, will affect that, Ryan, because they have the toughest schedule in the NFL, and they're slated to have they're going in with the top defense in the NFL. Do you think that will remain with this schedule being, because I have them, the secondary being the top, individual groups being top on defense, but do you have this team remaining top NFL after playing the toughest schedule in the NFL?
I think it's super hard and a little unfair to project that they'll come out and be the number one defense again. Now, what I do see happening, what I hope is happening is I don't need them to be as dominant on a per game basis at home as they were. What I need from them is more consistency when you're traveling on the road.
Right.
And then in turn, I think with an uptick from Deshaun Watson in the offense, then you're scoring more points per game and you can relax your defense a little bit because last year our defense was so stressed out and they still were able to play so well and keep us and win so many games for us, to be honest with you. So I think with an uptick in offense and Deshaun's playing well, I just need them to be more consistent across the board. And really what I mean by that is when they travel on the road, because at the dog pound, they were historically great.
Right.
So I don't really see that changing. I just expect them to maybe be, hopefully they should be under year 2 of Jim Schwartz, more consistent.
To play better on the road.
That's exactly, and that's that playoff game in Houston. That's not totally the defense's fault, but that was kind of an epitome of the season as a whole, is that the defense was having issues traveling.
Right. And they had to, in that playoff game, which I felt should have been a home game for us. I have a problem with that in the NFL. Us playing a team that barely got into the playoffs, and because their division was so horrible, they're still a higher seed than us. I think record at some point should play a factor in how they get into the tournament. Should play a factor in these home games, because I thought that was horrible. Also, in that same breath, when you're looking at our team, our defense, the defense had to be the best to be able to keep us in it to get to the playoffs because of our struggles on the offensive side. And Ryan, you just said it, with the uptick in Deshaun, our defense doesn't need to be the top. It will help
if the offense can do their thing.
Exactly. Right. But if our offense is keeping the defense off the field because they having these long drives, scoring, that makes the defense job easier. However, we didn't really have that until we got Flacco last season. And when we lost Deshaun, trying to figure it out with P.J. Walker and DTR, the defense had to keep us in it. Who do you think, if you was attacking our defense right now, you're Dallas, how will you attack our defense, knowing that this is a top-ranked defense? And I'm being devil's advocate, Maria, by the way, and for fans out there, how would you attack our defense?
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard when you have Denzel Ward, Greg Newsome, Martin Emerson, who played amazing. Those are your 3 guys on the boundaries. I mean, it's hard to get out on the sidelines. I mean, you have to try and run it down our throats. I mean, we have Miles, and if Za'Darius steps up and Obo, your pass rush is going to be great, especially if Michael Hall comes in here on 3rd downs and starts tearing it up. But you just got to either try and run it down our throats or just pick on a weak corner that day that's having a rough day and just try and find the soft spot in the middle of the defense. That's really, because as locked down as your edges and as locked down as your secondary is, it really gives offensive fits.
And I'm saying this, Maria and Ryan, because
20 seconds on the running down our throats.
Right.
Don't think I didn't know. Did you notice that?
No,
I didn't
get that.
Okay.
Pause on it, Ryan. We're going to take a commercial break on that. Let's take a commercial break real quick.
Because of Ryan. We'll be right back.
Because of Ryan. Pause.
All right, we're over that 20-second pause. Welcome back to the show.
Go to break because what did he say?
Ryan is trying to run things down in the defense.
Yeah,
down their throat.
Yeah. Pause on that. But anyway, back to our regularly scheduled program. I mentioned us this how can we dissect our defense if we're, Dallas because of our last game. If I'm a coach, I'm looking at what the Houston Texans did to us and C.J. Stroud and how they attacked us, how they put us in mismatch situations where Newsom was on an island. So this is something that I know Schwartz would definitely look, because they know this is a copycat league. They're looking at your worst games,
right,
and saying, hey, let me see if they fix this.
Let's exploit that.
Yeah, let's exploit that. That's why you said the run game. Generally, we had problems with the run. We faced a good running team, and we even had problems with the team that couldn't run good at all. They found their niche with us at some point on the road. I would find the mismatches in the interior. Greg Newsom, I love Greg Newsom. I want to see if he got everything fixed with that game. Bring Ben put on an island. So I would look at that game as a whole, playing devil's advocate, and see if we could emulate that to see if this defense is fixed from the mismatches. Because look at this. Denzel Ward was not even targeted in the passing game. C.J. Stroud did not throw at Denzel Ward at all. So I'm not interested in throwing at the best defenders at all. But I do see Martin Emerson making a Pro Bowl this year. I do see guys like that. I do see the Browns. I know their defense as a whole going to be good, but I see the Browns secondary being the best, top 5. It might be some politically, things going on because they might add categories like they do. Oh, these corners dress the best, so they get number one. But Martin Emerson, his growth is exponential. I think Greg Newsom's growth will be exponential as well. And Maria, OTAs.
Talk about OTAs.
Because a lot of people don't know what we like to see in OTAs, right? Like, what do you look for in OTAs?
Mm-hmm. How they looking out there?
I think they're looking really good. One, because you could see Deshaun throwing the ball. Mm-hmm. And and feel that, week 1, he out there. And he's going to be comfortable. He's going to be comfortable throwing the football. He there's a glimpse of him being back. Let me say this. I don't think Nick Chubb will be ready. And I'm not saying week 1. I just don't think he will be ready. I'm not.
This season?
I don't think that he will be Nick Chubb. And I'm saying that as like a hurt, fan of his, because he's so monstrous of a personality on the field. Mm-hmm. He man a few words, but
you don't want him to mess anything up coming back too soon.
I want that, but he had a significant injury, and I want, as much as I want him out there, I want to plan our psyche for him not to be there. And if he comes back on fire, I'm like, hey, I was wrong. I'd be the first to say I'm wrong.
Yeah, you would.
I just don't think he can come back from this. And I would rather be hurt now in that feeling than like we all felt that Steelers game. I want him to have a Hall of Fame career, right? I want his comeback story to be so good that they got to make a movie on it. That's the type of, but in OTAs, I'm looking at, you look at, back to, I know I'm switching back and forth, but OTAs, we look at what the rookies, the guys who we think, the talent that we have.
Yeah.
Are they who we say? Can we look and see? Are they who we thought they were?
Right.
Is this
are
guy?
They ready? They ready to go?
Judy.
Yeah.
Like, he looking good. So you start to get happy. You start to fit pieces together in OTAs to see what you got before training camp. So you can make a schedule in training camp based off of what you see in OTAs, even though it's voluntary.
In the event that Chubb is not ready to go this season, if at all, have you noticed anything with the Browns, like starting to make certain moves or adding certain players may be able to play in his absence? Yes,
I think the moves that they made, Ryan and Maria, with getting Naheem Hines. Didn't we draft a guy back or something? But we brought in a few backs as well. I just think we have depth now at the position. However, Deshaun will help that position tremendously if he's effective this year. So we can, I feel like, the offense in its totality.
You kind of messed me up with that. I was all
Well,
happy. Now I'm all like thinking about stuff, you
because
know.
I didn't want to even bring it up, but it's been heavy on me.
Yeah.
You know, and you can queue up the Key Bank. I went to a Key Bank event where the Browns hosted Key Bank at the 50-yard line, and we got to ask Nathan Zagura some questions, right? And the fans asked Nathan Zagura some questions, and this is Nathan Zagura presenting me a Rolex watch.
Whoa.
I might say, yeah, it was big time.
Where the watch at? Where you got it on?
You're right. I should have it on, Ryan, but I don't.
The Browns
But they
presented
presented
you with
this
a
to
Rolex.
me, and I thought it was a joke. I was like, huh? Because I'm at an event for Key Bank members, not me. And the first thing Zagura got up there, Nathan Zagura got up and said, we want to present Josh Cribbs, the Cleveland Browns legend, with this Rolex watch. And I was like, huh?
Oh, because when you got inducted, it was...
I was supposed to get it then.
Was it not quarantine? It was like right out of COVID. Yeah.
Right, in 2020.
Yeah, so they
and
couldn't do it
receive
big
my
for
watch
you.
then. But the Key Bank fans, they're Browns fans, a lot of them. And they asked Nathan Zagura, you know, how did he feel about, you know, the team, Nick Chubb, and this and that. And, you know, you kind of read people, and, you know, you looked at his video running. I didn't think the video was good at all. You know, you like to see him running, but I know how it feels to come back from injury. I just was like, oh, not yet.
A little cringy?
Yeah, a little cringy, man. So I'm in my feelings a little bit about that.
I want to go to commercial, then I will come back and ask the fans something. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, now welcome back to the show. Now, what y'all don't know is, Ryan, you don't know this. Our son had a horrible injury on the 23rd of May. It's been a year since then, right?
Right.
Like tragedy happened to our son.
Tragedy.
He's an athlete. He plays football. He plays basketball. He runs track. He does, everything. And we were in the midst of looking for him to go to, we were looking for a diverse high school for him to go to in the Cleveland area. We landed on Cleveland Heights, and then he has a tragic accident. And
changed everything.
A pole went through his knee. Right?
Piece of rebar.
It's crazy. So I'm just shocked. So when you started saying what you think, how you trying to prepare for maybe potentially Chubb not having a comeback, I guess I'm asking you, how can you say that when our son is coming back?
Right.
And amazing us.
Good scenario.
And amazing us.
Good scenario.
You know?
I like that.
We thought Izzy wasn't going to be able to walk again.
Yeah, we did. We thought he was going to had a cane and walk with a limp.
He was in a wheelchair.
That's what the doctor told us. He'll be a healthy adult.
Yeah.
He went from
he said he's going to have a good quality of life and a leg that works. And we were like...
He went from telling us, he good. It was supposed to be a 20-minute surgery just to stitch him up. And it went from 20 minutes to 3.5 hours. Mm-hmm. And it went from, he going to be good to he's just going to have a healthy quality of life. And that was, as a parent, it was devastating for us to hear.
Yeah.
But our son is a kid. He was still growing, and bones were still growing, not even fully grown. Still had cells that were still forming and growing, and I think that contributed. And the doctor agreed to his healing and the miraculous
he's gonna make 100% recovery. Right. Now his tone is everything changed. Now thank God he's going to be okay.
Right.
But I think when it comes to Chubb,
we can have faith.
Okay.
And I think because I said that, I'm allowing myself to grieve. So that is to
you trying to mentally prepare yourself in the event that he doesn't.
Right. Prepare for the worst.
But you're hoping that he proves.
Of course.
Yeah.
Like Bone Thugs and Harmony said, prepare for the worst and the rest is written.
Yeah.
Prepare for the worst and hope for the best.
Right.
And that's what we're doing.
All right. Prayers to Chubb. I saw the video of him running too, but I had all kind of excuses for that. He's not ready yet.
Right.
That's all. But I did want to ask the Browns fans, when it comes to Josh and Brian talking about all the primetime games that we're going to have, we had that game that the Browns are going to be playing out in Las Vegas. Browns fans, are y'all going to be traveling out to Las Vegas to see the Browns play? It's going to be at the end of September, I believe. It's going to be beautiful weather here and there.
It don't matter what the weather is.
But then when you do travel to the Browns games, how do you purchase your travel? Is it separately or is it in a package? Because I was on X last night. The Browns put up a tweet Did y'all know they have fan experiences that you can purchase?
Yes.
Like you can get your travel, you can get your hotel and all that. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yes.
So that's it, right?
Along with that fan experience, Maria,
–
they get to be with alumni as well.
Yep.
So I am actually going out there, Ryan and Maria.
This is
And,
news
part
to
of
me.
that
Sick
fan
fight.
experience.
Sick fight.
Wait a minute.
Sick invite.
Yay. I forgot to
Look at
tell you guys. Yeah.
He get a Rolex, think he all that now. No.
What?
So I did see they're gonna have so part of the package is, of course, the tickets to the game.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have I guess a section areaed off where the fans can have tailgating.
Yes.
And they're gonna have Q&A with some former players.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have a whole fan experience, and
Yes.
they're selling that package, which I thought was pretty cool. But now, are we going, or this is like
I don't know, Maria.
solo
I mean,
dolo trip?
I mean, you can go if you want, but I
I
already
like
have
Las
plans.
Vegas.
I mean, you can tag along. You can sit in the back, tag along on the trip. I mean, you know how I ride when I go to long, 5 hours or more, 3 hours or more. I got to ride in the first,
because
next to the pilot.
Josh can't sit in economy with that back. What is that?
Back.
L5,
L4 and 5 disc. The way it be acting.
That
and
back
the
starts
pressure.
throbbing about 30 minutes in.
You know what? We'll take a quick commercial break. Do we have time? We'll take a quick one. We'll take a quick one. I gotta show everybody where you took me yesterday.
And I
before
want to
we
talk about
run
the
out of time.
WNBA as well.
Okay.
Okay, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Okay, now welcome back to the show. Now I was gonna jump into the WNBA, but I took Josh on a special, like a little field trip yesterday.
Yeah, a field trip.
And got my feelings hurt.
Yeah,
You want to show them what we
needed
did?
Yeah.
Okay,
Check
look at this. Look at
video
this.
out.
Right. Josh, close your eyes. I want to show you something.
Girl, I gotta pee. You don't just keep walking.
All right, come on, come this way. I'm going to show Josh and ask his opinion on what he thinks. If he thinks this is too much for me. Isn't it beautiful out here? How's your day going so far? So far, so good? So this is what I wanted to show you, babe. Isn't this cool?
Very cool.
Isn't this freaking cool? Oh, do you think I can handle this?
Nope.
Josh, that's like...
I think when you reach a certain age, you start calculating how easy it is to break an arm.
I have elbow pads, I have wrist pads, I have knee pads, and I have a helmet.
But that don't mean you still ain't gonna break your arm. It's just not gonna be a scrape right there.
Josh, why are you hating? You saw what I could do. I've done this before.
You break your arm with pads on.
Well, don't put that into the unit. Don't put that out there.
I'm just saying, you couldn't even come down a hill, but now you want to drop into a bowl?
What? I did go down a hill. You saw me.
After much convincing, you went down the smallest hill.
Yeah, now I'm ready to up my game.
This is another level.
He doesn't see the vision. Hold on, let me show him some more. Look, you gotta come to the other side. If I can do it on the one in our neighborhood, why do you think I can't handle this?
This ain't our neighborhood.
And it has the rails. Gotta get the stoppers.
This ain't our neighborhood.
Stop, don't push me over there. He's such a hater. Like, I can guarantee you, when he was telling people when he was younger, oh, I'm gonna be in the NFL, they were probably like, oh, so supportive. Like, Josh, you can do anything. If you can believe it, you can achieve it. But now, when I'm telling him I want to start going down in the bowl with my skates on, all of a sudden, oh, you don't need to be doing that. That's
pickleball course over there. That's more your speed. Pickleball. You can dress up with your pads. See the pickleball courts? That's what you got. That's what
I'm ready
people
for
like
it.
us need to start thinking of doing.
I'm more of an extremist.
You're gonna be more of an emergency ICU patient. Real drop.
It's like the demon drop at Cedar Point.
And
I mean, who goes down?
That joint go
All the
in.
way down, right? Like, how do you even...
You gotta have cartilage and drop on that.
Sum it up. Now that you see the vision,
Right.
I can handle this, huh? Maybe
What
not this
vision?
side. Maybe
What-
not this side.
What vision?
Of
is
me
that? Being in the
becoming
hospital?
extreme skater. No.
I mean, extreme being in.
I'm sick of just rolling around on local tennis courts. I want some action.
Well, anybody can put you in the hospital, but it seems like you're trying to do it on your own.
Josh, you're not supportive.
You need to wear one of them little alert bracelets.
Them life alert?
Them life alert. Because if you out here by yourself and you fall, man,
Like, man down, man down.
you can be crawling to your phone.
Oh,
like,
see,
what?
and that's why you must come with me.
To witness it? To say I told you so?
Come on, let's go. We're going home.
I don't even want to do this without skates. Like, the terrain is rough.
Isn't this cool though? That's down the flats, and this is me since that was me back in 2021.
Right.
I'm a skater, Josh. So the fact that you saw the bowl and got intimidated, I didn't think you let much intimidate you.
Ryan.
That's messed up.
If you see that part,
Ryan,
that
I look
picture
slick, don't I,
right
Ryan?
there,
I look hardcore, don't I?
You do.
it is
Tony Hawk.
It is a mediocre. The smallest heel is right there.
Behind it. You see that heel?
The smallest heel. We had to talk to her like 5 minutes. Come on down the hill, and she had her hands out and was like, "No, I ain't go." My son kept going up and down the hill. I'm like, Maria, you got all
kids
them,
nowadays, they're fearless.
You got all them pads on. You put the pads to work, and she wouldn't do it.
So why 3 years later now you're like, I don't think that's too much for
and
you.
And she ain't been skating since.
Because I was going.
But now you want to go where there's a bowl, like a skate park. Like, you're not ready even for the minimal.
That was down in the flats, by the way, for anybody interested in meet me out there. We're going to do this.
Cricket River.
Skate park. Come see me. I'll be there. Look, we don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, now welcome back to the show. Josh has his list of the best pizza in the land.
Best pizza in the land. Oh, that's what I should have named. In the land. I wrote up here best CLE pizza. But I got me a bracket, guys. And
Josh, I need you a dry erase board.
Continue to help me fill this out. So Angela Mia, I got basically East versus West.
Did you or did you not take handwriting courses?
I did. Back in elementary.
Okay, but that's beside the point.
This bad handwriting?
No, you look
best
good.
Pizza.
You ever
All
see
right, so this is my bracket, giving Angela Mia and Angelo's, because I got a lot on them, a first round bye. But I got Geppetto's versus Pizza BOGO.
Okay.
Geraci's versus Arcade. Valley's versus Jets.
All right.
And then on the west side, we got Edison's versus CLE Cleveland Slice. Right?
Oh, is it called City Slice?
City Slice.
Okay,
there you go. I can't read.
Antonio's.
Yeah. And then Antonio's versus
Giannino's.
And then Athens.
What's Athens?
I don't know. A few people, and these are from my comments.
You better make sure it's not in Athens, Ohio.
Athens versus
or
Teresa's.
Athens, Georgia.
No, I looked it up. So I looked these up.
Athens
so this
versus
is the bracket.
Teresa. Okay.
Because we're going to find the best pizza in the land. So if this bracket needs to expand, let me know.
But I already have my Valley City video, so I'm good on that one.
Okay.
I gotta do the one that's
But no, so we gotta go to Jets, we gotta go to Arcades, Geraci's. We've been to these places.
Yeah.
But we're after the best pizza in the land.
We stay hungry, all right. So next week we'll have a new video.
All right, next week we'll have
Now what was you telling me? Somebody left who at the altar, Josh?
Steven Jackson. Now this is pretty old, right? But it resurfaced. Steven Jackson, he left his wife, his fiance.
The basketball player?
Yes.
Okay.
Ex-basketball. He left his fiance at the altar because she refused to sign a prenup.
Oh,
is
spicy.
Was he right or was he wrong? Right or wrong? She didn't sign the prenup, Ryan. He left her at the altar. You should have signed. She gave excuses saying that, I was too busy planning for the wedding. My lawyer still had to get, all these excuses.
Oh.
My thing is,
she was busy.
Maria, Ryan.
When it comes to hair, makeup, you got to plan
a wedding.
I don't
think it should have went that far. I think before the wedding, he should have been like, look, we're not doing it. I don't want everybody to dress up because you ain't signing these papers. Like he should have crashed the what do you call it? The bachelorette party. Yeah, you gotta sign these papers, man. I love you.
Because you have everybody show up.
But I'm worth $68 million.
Oh, is that how much?
Yeah, $68 million.
You gotta protect his assets.
Ryan, you doing that, Ryan?
I mean, it's tough because it's like, well, if your guys are in love, it won't matter. But in today's day and age, man, I'm not hating on a guy for securing his bag, not one bit.
So hold on.
Say
you got the $150 million like Ramirez, right?
Okay.
And then you meet some young tenderoni,
prenup.
I'm like, yeah, it's not a prenup. Do you love me or not?
Do you love me? Why are you making me sign this, Ryan?
Sign this. Please sign here. And then we can make babies and love
Ryan,
and
are we
all
friends?
that stuff.
Are we locked in?
Like, what do you need this for? Why do you need? Nope. Sign this paper and show me how much you love me.
Hey, he said, hey. It's a whole generation of sassy men out here. They not playing. You know what? We talked about it. Speaking of sassy, Josh, show them your purse.
What? This is not a purse.
He has been. Who brought this for him? Whoever brought this for him.
I was a groomsman in one of my best friends'
and it has
weddings.
his name on it, so he won't forget his name.
Girl, One of my best friends read it. He gave all the groomsmen these bags.
Person. He gave
And I think that's an incredible groomsman.
a
gift.
grooming
Ryan,
bag.
not you,
I got
too.
all my stuff in here and I carry it like a football. It's not a
Ryan,
purse.
that's not a traveling bag. He's not going out of town. He's not going to Las
I
Vegas to go see the
travel
Browns
from
play.
point A to point B, and
Why-
I need my
Why is
my
it in
bag,
here? Why is it in here?
so I won't lose my wallet. That's why.
Y'all, we ran out of time. We're going to talk about Angel Reese and Alyssa Thomas and that foul that, oh my
Yeah,
God, got
we
her
can do
ejected
that
from the
next
game.
week.
We mixed it. We'll talk about it next week. It might be more to come next week. Look,
Yes.
we love y'all so much for watching. Have a wonderful week. Go Guards and go Monsters. We'll see you
Peace.
next time. Bye.